Last time, Boruto was stabbed through the heart, and Kawaki's to blame. He gives Brotherhood a bad name. I had to take my opportunity with that. But seriously, it seemed like a last-ditch attempt. Like Kawaki and Boruto planned that. But how does it work? It's obvious it had to be a plan. There's no way Kawaki just stabs Boruto and that's the end. Even if it was like a euthanasia kind of situation with Kawaki killing Boruto, I couldn't see Kawaki actually doing it, knowing how much it would hurt Naruto. But what's the rub? How does it work? Let's find out. Alright, Boruto, Naruto Next Generation, number 67, Rift. Honestly, I gotta say, Ikemoto's artwork has been improving over time, but I'm still not the biggest fan of it. He loves him some leg. This man loves him some leg. And Ada, those legs? Damn. Who likes short shorts? I like short shorts. Moving on. Alright, Boruto laid out with a massive hole in his chest. Looks like his karma is receding. Maybe the karma does something? Naruto runs over to Boruto. Naruto says, "This can't be happening. Boruto! The wound isn't bleeding or anything, though. You would think there'd be a lot more blood." I'm really trying to justify what's happened here. Naruto says, "No." Code, not really giving too much of a shit, says, "Yeesh, this is totally unexpected. Tell me about it." Ada says, "I think this is beyond yeesh, Code." Right? Wasn't Boruto supposed to be your precious divine tree sacrifice? Right, the sacrifice to the Ten-Tails tree. Ooh, yeah, this is not good. And no way Ada lets him sacrifice Kawaki. What are you going to do now? Code says, "Move on to something else we can do." Wait, no, move on, nothing else we can do. Who'd have thought Kawaki would regain karma, much less kill Boruto? Ada says, and I love Demon's just still passed out right next to all of this. Ada says, "Don't take this the wrong way, okay? I have no intention of interfering with your goals. But I do need to say one thing. Don't you dare even think about using Kawaki for the sacrifice. I will not allow it. Period." Yeah. Code would lose too crucial of an ally were he to double-cross Ada. Code says, "Well, I can't give you a response to that right now. I'll head back and talk it out. Let's talk it out." Does scratches, his little teleportation scratches, the scratches look like really tiny. Can he move through those? Well, he does kind of deform himself a little bit when he goes through them, so I guess it should be fine. Code says, "You've really done it now, Kawaki. Killing my precious sacrifice. I have an urgent matter. I'm retreating temporarily. But remember this, acquiring power won't change anything. You'll still never be free for your entire life. Someone will always be leading you around by the nose. That's the fate you bear. I know it well." Says the guy who's retreating. And then he kicks Shikamaru to the side. Poor Shikamaru. But Shikamaru's never been the best when it comes to combat, unless he has a plan in advance. So it sucks to see Shikamaru just pushed around like that, but Shikamaru's never been the biggest in terms of one-on-one fight, especially with all of this Otsutsuki shit going on. Alright, Code goes jumping to the claws. He says, "Later, we'll meet again." And then the claws just disappear. And Code falls right on his ass. Nice. It's obvious Kawaki did something. But what? Did he like remotely nullify them? Does he have that ability? Or, did he use Ishiki's shrinking ability? I think he says that here. Code says, "What the?" He looks down, he sees the line slowly kind of disappearing. It's the Shukuna Hikona. He shrank my claw marks enough that I can't use them to travel. Yeah, that was pretty smart. Then Kawaki's just walking up to him like a badass. Code goes, and goes in for another strike. Those are strong too. Man, Code, you are not having a great time here. Kawaki says, "Seems you don't get it. You're in no position to arrogantly talk about other people's fate, Code. I'll eliminate anyone threatening Lord Seventh's life. Even my bro. So what makes you think I'd let you get away?" And then Kawaki sends out the rods. But I thought the thing about those rods was usually that Ishiki had to throw them, and then they'd resize or something. I guess this makes it clear I've very much misunderstood how the black rods work. Right? Code goes in for a strike with his claws. Kawaki easily defends against it and just decks Code in the face. Damn! Code falls to the ground. Kawaki starts kicking Code across the battlefield. Dude. Man, Code, you ain't looking too good. Code thinks to himself, no way, I'm being completely overpowered? This is bad. Yeah. Shikamaru looks back at what's going on. Then he looks over to Naruto, goes dashing over to Naruto's side. Naruto's still saying, Boruto, come on, Boruto, open your eyes. Shikamaru sees the state that Boruto is in. He thinks, this can't be. Damn it, Boruto. And then he says to Naruto, Naruto, you okay? Pull yourself together. Yeah, Naruto is not in a great place right now. Shikamaru, Am I dreaming this? And Shikamaru thinks to himself he's even come out of sage mode. He says to Naruto, Naruto, I know you're in pain, but the battle's not over yet. Naruto just simply says, this didn't really happen, right? Tell me this is all a lie. And Shikamaru just keeps calling out his name. Shikamaru's trying to be tactical about this, like, dude, we gotta go, we gotta get you out of here, we gotta do something. But Naruto, he's inconsolable, man. That's his son. You'd probably be the same way. And then the battle's just still raging between Kawaki and Code. You know, Code jumping out of the dust. Kawaki going in for a strike only to be blocked by Code. It's getting savage. Shikamaru says Kawaki got the upper hand against Code. Code getting away would be a big problem. Let's help Kawaki take him down now. Naruto's just in a daze. Shikamaru's losing his cool. Snap out of it. You're the Hokage, remember? Boruto chose this himself to protect the rest of us. This is no time for you to lose your grip. I get where you're coming from, Shikamaru, but that's his son, dude. Fathers don't play like that. Ooh. Kawaki managed to get Code in the shoulder with the black rod. Once again, Kawaki coming up like a badass. Dun-dun-dun, 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 dun-dun-dun. Code thinks to himself, damn it, at this rate I'm going down. And to Kawaki of all people. And Kawaki brings up his karma hand. Looks like he's going in for an energy blast. And Kawaki says, the person who wants to meet me, I don't know their motives, but if they're against Lord Seventh, no mercy for them either. Code pulls back his hood. Okay, so I've always wondered, that weird slash he has across his face, I always wondered if that was just cosmetic, or if that was something he could actually use. Apparently he could actually use it, as he's reaching into his head, as Kawaki says, but you're first. The massive explosion, dust flying, Shikamaru's just like, whoa! And then he sees Kawaki flying back. What did Code do? Shikamaru thinks, what the? And wow, Kawaki looks like he's just out. Naruto's shocked as well. Shikamaru says, what happened? Why'd Kawaki get blown away? Oh, he used Daemon! He just reached into his head and pulled out a Daemon. Oh, that is insane. I pulled out a Daemon. And Ada's just shocked with Daemon just hanging out halfway through her arm. And she says, Code, he just pulled Daemon through without warning. And Daemon wakes up, huh? Where am I? Code says, sorry to have woken you, Daemon, but I'm saved thanks to your reflecting ability. And Shikamaru's just looking over what he's seeing. It's just like, what the? Who's that kid? Very, very good question, Shikamaru. And Daemon's just riled up and ready to go. Hey, you fighting, Code? Who's the enemy? I'll crush him for you. Man, Daemon's just like, who wants to smoke? Who wants to smoke? But Code says, no, it just wrapped up. You can go home, Daemon. We'll talk later. He just pushes Daemon back through. And then Daemon just lands in his sister's arms. Aw, boring, says Daemon. But Ada's not too happy. She says, you're doing as you please an awful lot, Code. Kawaki better be okay. I'll have you know if anything should happen to him, you'll be certain to regret it. And you see Code holding his hand to his ear so he can hear her. He makes another mark so that he can check Kawaki's pulse. He says, relax, Ada. Your prince is alive. Ada says, oh good. But it's really you who can breathe easy, Code. For had your answer been different, I'd have sent Daemon back over in order to dispose of you. And Daemon's just looking up like, yeah, I would've. Though, seriously, how do you stop Daemon? His power is really hacks. Code says, I don't like this one bit, but I have to give it to you. Looks like I didn't stand a chance against you right now, Kawaki. I gotta get my limiters removed. You're gonna restore my true power to me, Amado. And then he goes running through one of his slashes. Shikamaru says he ran off. Naruto's looking over at Kawaki. Shikamaru looks at Naruto. He says, regarding Kawaki, we need to consider how we're going to deal with him. Naruto says, consider? What do you mean? Shikamaru says, come on, he killed his own comrade. Even given the situation, he didn't hesitate at all. Naruto says what Kawaki did wasn't his fault alone. It's hard to say. I get where Shikamaru's coming from. It's just like, dude, it felt too simple the way that Kawaki did things. Like, he didn't second guess himself. He didn't hesitate. He just went for it. That's why I think it's not what we think it is. He would have hesitated. No way he wouldn't have. Shikamaru says, maybe not. Sooner or later, we might not have had any other choice. Sooner or later, we might not have had any other choice but this to deal with Momoshiki's powers. There we go. However, what I see is the biggest issue here is that he'll do whatever it takes for the sake of his goal. That's what today has made crystal clear. Naruto says, so then what? You suggesting we drive him off? Because he's too much for us to handle? Shikamaru says, no. We have the other villagers to consider. We don't plan to abandon our responsibilities, but that's why we need to think hard about what we're going to do. There'll likely be backlash within Konoha too. There have already been negative reactions to him. He makes a good point. Anyone finding out that Kawaki killed Boruto, the Hokage's son, people would lose their shit. Naruto says Boruto considers Kawaki a brother. He's practically part of our family, no matter what he does or what anyone says. If his family can't stand by him at a time like this, who's going to take his side? Damn, Naruto. I gotta give it to Naruto. Because still seeing it as Kawaki's still a member of your family, after that, that'd be a hard one. That would be a hard one. But then again, he's also thinking about the fact that Boruto was rampaging and Kawaki did what he thought was right to help everyone. That's where his mindset is coming from. It's obvious Shikamaru's not so sure. He says, is that how you really feel, Naruto? Even now, you can really, in your heart, think of him as family? Naruto says, stop it. He killed your son. Enough. And Shikamaru always feels like you're in the wrong in a lot of these situations. I friggin' knew it. And then Boruto reaches up his hand, patting his father in the chest, saying, who was killed? Like, motherfucker. You cheeky little shit. Oof. I would be overjoyed as his father, but I'd also smack him because it's just like, I knew you were up to something, you little shit. Shikamaru says, what? Boruto says, come on. That's rude, writing me off like that. And Naruto just breaks down crying, hugging his son. Like, yeah, that's about right. Shikamaru says, well, he thinks, no way, that's impossible. I know he was dead. He had a gaping hole in his chest. It was karma. It was the karma, the way that looks. Shikamaru thinks, what's that? As Boruto rips off his shirt, and there's this weird mark on his chest. Oh, and there's Momoshiki. Boruto says, hey, what the heck's going on? Wait, so you didn't have a plan for this? What the fuck? Momoshiki says, the loss of my vessel will result in my soul instant extinguishment, just like in Ishiki's case. In addition to being a receptacle for one's soul, a vessel also serves as its anchor to the world of the living. You're my sole, priceless vessel. I can't afford to lose you. For my own sake. And Boruto thinks back to what happened, pats his chest, the wound's healed. What did you do? Momoshiki says part of your heart and lungs were destroyed, and you lost a large amount of blood. You would have died, of course, had I not interfered. And you see Momoshiki essentially just over him, using karma to heal him. So it was when Shikamaru had just gone over to Naruto. That's when his body was healed. So what Shikamaru saw was right in that instant, that Boruto had a gaping hole in his chest. But he didn't see the healing that happened after the fact. Momoshiki says, I resuscitated you, using part of the karma. As you know, your karma contains all of me in data form, compressed. About 82% had already been extracted and diffused into your body. My resurrection would finally become possible once the remaining 18% finished extracting, but regrettably, not if my vessel itself were to get destroyed beforehand. So I had no choice but to rewrite the last 18% into your DNA, so that the cells and tissue you lost could be fabricated anew. And Boruto says, in short, you use parts that were meant for your body to revive me. Mokushiki says, precisely. Unfortunately, you taking away 18% of my data has made it impossible for me to resurrect. Damn, that is a hell of a hat trick right there. In the ideals of self-preservation, Momoshiki made it so that he couldn't be properly resurrected. Boruto says, I see. In that case, I guess I win, since my resolve to die has managed to prevent your resurrection. Momoshiki says, don't get too excited, lad. The reason why I'm talking to you is to impart a warning. Rewritten or not, it started off as Otsutsuki DNA originally, so there's no changing the fact that all 100% of the Otsutsuki data has finished extracting, which means you are now a pure, genuine, complete Otsutsuki. Congrats, kid! You're pure Otsutsuki now. And none of that pale-faced torn shit either. You got off lucky. Momoshiki says, and that signifies only one thing. You are ready to be sacrificed to the Ten-Tail. Code will soon realize this too. Boruto says, you're saying I could get fed to that monster at any moment. Fine. It saves me the trouble of having to hunt him down. Momoshiki says, quit the cocky act. Bear in mind your return to life is not an event that will ever be repeated. You will stay dead next time. Sure. Nobody gets a second chance like this normally. Boruto says, you once said to me, beware those blue eyes shall eventually take everything from you. I've died once. Is that what you meant by take everything from you? Blue eye. Blue eyes? And Momoshiki just laughs and he says, no, this has nothing on that. Is something else coming? And he says, and why that will come to pass, even I cannot see. But it'll be soon. The time draws near. It shall be a true spectacle, lad. Oof, that is viciously ominous. Blue eye. Blue eye. I wonder. Ada says to Code, who has returned, Amado's being protected right in the middle of Konoha, where you don't have a single claw mark. How will you get near him? And Code says, don't you worry. I've already taken measures. Okay, we're getting a close-up of Shikamaru's back, and it feels like it's obvious Shikamaru has like some kind of slash mark on his back or something. That way, once Shikamaru gets close enough to Amado, out pops Code. Man, Shikamaru, you just cannot catch a break. You are being used left, right, and center and really not contributing enough. I love Shikamaru, but man, they are not giving Shikamaru any good roles in any of this. What are the blue eyes? I don't even remember that prophecy. I always just assumed it was something to do with, like, I don't know, Kawaki or something else? But blue eye. Is it Ada? Is it Code? I gotta look at people's eyes again. But a lot of characters have blue eyes. Hell, even Naruto has blue eyes. Pretty sure Boruto also has blue eyes. That is really ominous. And it looks like Code's gonna manage to infiltrate Konoha, basically using Shikamaru since he's such a high-ranking official who has been around Amado plenty. But I'm also wondering about the relationship between Code and Ada. I can't see that lasting too long. Especially once Code gets his limiters released. I wonder. Tell me your thoughts and theories in the comment section below. Were you surprised by the way that Boruto managed to come back? Or did you think it was going to be something else that resuscitated him? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe for more. Or don't. I ain't your daddy, but still love you like one. Until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.